scooch ahead a few minutes. I'm going to wait for everybody to get on. Good morning. Hopefully YouTube is working properly today. How was everybody's weekend? Was it good? Good morning, Miss Marlowe. Whoops, if I can shuffle these properly. Let's do that again. Good morning, good morning. I hope everybody had a great weekend. I did. We got to go to Scarborough Fair, had a lot of fun. The weather was beautiful. It was a little crowded, but still fun. Good morning, good morning. So tired, but you're living alone? Oh, you got your own place now, Marlo. Good for you. Come in, come in. We're going to get started in just a second. Caught a sunburn yesterday. Uh-oh. You know what I forgot? I forgot to get my singing bowl. Give me 1 second. Let's make sure we have this bad boy. Thank you, Jamie. Well, now I can't see your comments over here. Okay, so welcome in. We get together every Monday and Friday because what we're going to do now is we're going to get our weekly Tarotscope. It's similar to your horoscope, except for I draw tarot for each day of the week, Monday through Thursday, and then on Friday I draw cards for Friday through Sunday, okay? The reason why we do this is because it gives us a heads up as far as what is the supporting energy for that day. How can we use this energy for our betterment, to our advantage? How can we work through the energy? Like, what do we need to be aware of as far as, like, is it a good day to say yes? Is it a bad day to say yes? You know, that kind of thing, okay? So that's why we get together. And the more that you come to these sessions, the more they're going to resonate with you, okay? Because you're building a connection with me and my cards. So if you have not ever seen this, stick around. Feel free to ask questions. This is a general collective reading. If you need a private reading, everything is, you know where. Speaking of which, let me fix this on TikTok right quick before they give me another strike. I almost forgot. There we go. Now I can say on TikTok, everything is linked to my bio. Okay, so what we're going to do first is we are going to balance out the heart chakra. We're going to reboost it. We're going to feel all nice and flowy, ooey gooey type of energy because we don't want anything blocking that energy passage, okay? Because it starts at our root chakra, goes all the way up, and if it stops at the heart chakra, then we can't bring things to manifestation, right? It's going to be something negative and something that just kind of holds us still. So all you want to do, if you can, sit up with your back straight, feet on the floor. If you cannot, that's okay. It just works better whenever you are aligned physically, okay? All you're going to do is just listen to the bowl sing and relax, okay? This is your few seconds to just be with yourself. Now listen, if you're driving, be smart. Use common sense. Don't close your eyes and don't zone out, okay? Here we go. Now let's collectively take one super deep breath in. Fill your lungs. Pick up all that heavy energy, all that fear, all that anxiety, and let it go. Just get rid of it, okay? We don't need any negativity, any toxicity hanging around. All right. So let's get our fairy blessing. What this is this is our overall energy blessing for the week, okay? Then y'all are going to decide which tarot deck I use, and then we'll get the messages there, and then we will use Oracle to clarify and give us further messages after that, okay? So let's see what our fairy blessing is for this week. Let's see. What is our fairy blessing for this week? All right, a blessing from a fairy determined to help you, okay? This is number 45. So what is 45? 4 is looking at what is, it's doing the work, it's doing what is necessary, and 5 is about making change. It's a pivotal point. So it's like you have this person here, or this entity here, that is ready to help you, that is trying to help you, right? And you might be so focused on what's going on in your life that you're missing it. So it's telling you, hey, you have the supportive energy. We have no planets retrograde right now. Okay, no planets retrograde. So it's like we have this green light to move about the cabin, to do whatever it is that we need. We just had the full moon in Libra, right? So we had things come to fruition. We had some aha moments. We maybe had some emotional feels, but now it's like, you know what? Let's move forward. Let's use this energy to our benefit and move forward. And so when we have the blessing from a fairy determined to help you, this is like ask and you shall receive, you know, type of energy. So use it to your advantage. All right, let's see what else we need to know. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I had to stop somebody from commenting because, you know, men. Gross. And they wonder why women say they choose the bear, because I've had so many people coming on my live lately on YouTube making disgusting comments, and it's like, yeah, thank you for proving women's point. We can't even be on a live without you being disgusting. So yeah. I came across your For You page just when you needed it. Oh, good. Good. Okay. So let's choose the tarot deck that we're going to use. We have deck number 1, the Light Seers Tarot, or deck number 2, the Golden Nouveau Tarot. Okay, so choose in the comments. Please vote only one time, and y'all help me keep count of who's winning. Okay, so deck 1 or deck 2? 1 or deck 2? Oh, y'all look divided on TikTok. Ooh. Yes, your feet can hang down. Coming from a fellow shorty. Deck 1 or deck 2? Only vote one time, and y'all help me keep track. So who's winning on TikTok? I'm not seeing anything on YouTube right now. I don't know if it's glitching or what. We have, does that say 10 twos? So 2's won on TikTok, is that what you're telling me? Just want to make sure I'm understanding properly. Okay, so deck number 2 got it. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. Oh no, that's just the extra card. Make sure I don't mix in the extra cards. See, the extra cards, what I tell y'all in tarot classes, they have the extra cards in there for a reason. It balances it out. I haven't used this deck in a while, so I'm glad y'all chose it. Let me get it nice and shuffled for us. It's cool because it's got the gold leaf on it, so they're nice and shiny. We have used this deck before, but it's been a long time. Let's see. Yeah, whenever moderators on YouTube whenever you are trying to get rid of a nasty comment, what you can do is, instead of just deleting the comment, you can put them in timeout for 24 hours, or I don't know if it allows you to block them. I don't think it does, but you can just put them in timeout for 24 hours, and that keeps them from being able to comment again. And then they'll normally just move on and they won't come back. It does put them in timeout. Okay, we got these nice and shuffled. Let's see, what do we need to know this week? Like I said, all planets are direct. That's nice. We just had the full moon in Libra. So let's see what we need to know this week. We have the blessing of a fairy determined to help you. So it's like whatever you need help with this week, ask, okay? Oops. All right, for today, we have the Knight of Wands in reverse, okay? So there is a bit of scattered energy. There is this desire for freedom, but it might feel like it's kind of, you know, when we have all of this planetary movement, right? We have the full moon, we have all planets going direct. I mean, Venus just went direct. So it's kind of like we're settling into this new energy. And it's like, okay, God, like, what do I do? Where do I go? It's like you have this, I don't know if I want to say angst, or like this type of energy of like, I want to go, but I don't know which direction to go. And the universe is like, hey, ask for help, ask for guidance, okay? Work on or move towards the thing that is most important to you now. Does that make sense? Because the Knight of Wands, he is like following his intuition. He's ready to go. He's this and that. But when he's in reverse, he's like, why? I don't know which way to go, you know? So he feels kind of stuck. He feels a little bit paralyzed. So the universe is like, hey, ask for direction, ask for clarity. It would be a great idea for you to make sure that you do ground your energy today, especially. You need to ground it every day, but I get it. Sometimes we forget. Life happens, right? But if you're ever feeling just kind of out of sorts, it's a great time for you to recognize, oh, okay, I need to make sure I call my energy back, I ground my energy, and then I will be more focused, and I will be more connected, and I'll know which way to go. That makes sense? Okay. So tomorrow we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. Goodness gracious. Okay. When the Queen of Wands is in reverse, it can indicate, let me put this deck down. It can indicate that you may come across somebody who is in their ego. It could be you, maybe feeling a bit insecure, maybe feeling like you're not in control of the situation, so you try to control the situation. Maybe you're just having a day, you know, where you're kind of like in a bad mood. But now that you know that this is possible, so if you come across somebody that's just having a day, you're going to know, okay, they're just having a bad day. I'm not going to take it personally, right? If you're having a bad day, it's you kind of being aware of that and correcting yourself, going, you know what? I'm not going to put this or project this onto anybody else. I'm going to collect my thoughts. I'm going to collect my energy. I'm going to ground my energy. And then I'm going to respond. Okay, this is why we do the Tarotscope, so we can see what energy is possible in that day, right? Whenever the Queen of Wands is in reverse, she might not be feeling as magical. She might not be feeling that cat-like energy of I can do whatever I want. So you have the power to turn this direct and say, yes, I do. Okay, it all comes from you protecting your energy, calling your energy in, calling your power back, and reminding yourself who you are. Does that make sense? Lots of fiery energy happening. And we are like ending Aries season. We're getting ready to go into Taurus season. So, I mean, it's going to go out with a bang, it looks like. Let's look at Wednesday. Oh, Wednesday we have strength. I like that. Much better energy, major arcana. Okay. This is a good day to really embrace your power, to really, this is like where it's like peak energy for you, okay? Because whatever happens, like today and tomorrow, and whatever happens throughout the week, on Wednesday, you are like in your power mode. It's a good day to say yes. It's a good day to tackle your to-do list or to handle any situations, okay? Because you are in your power, you are connected, and you are really kind of like fearless, essentially, okay? How do you call your energy back? You really honestly say whatever it is that you want. You go ground your energy, go into a kind of meditative state, and you can say whatever it is that you want, that you feel connected to, as far as I'm calling all of my power back. I'm releasing any power that does not serve me, and I'm calling my power back to me. Okay? So, yeah, whatever feels right for you. All right, let's look at Thursday. Thursday, we have the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so the energy is kind of settling out now, or settling down. So we have these two days, Monday and Tuesday, where the energy feels kind of all over the place, out of control, like directionless. But if you know that, you can use that to your advantage as far as, okay, well, which direction do I want to go? Where is my energy leading me? It's a time for like really good, deep reflection as far as, where do I want to go now? Where do I feel this passion? I was watching a video earlier, and it was saying something about, your purpose, your purpose, your purpose. And a lot of people think, oh my God, I have to know what my purpose is. I have to fulfill my purpose, da 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 da. Well, your purpose is literally just to be here on this planet. Your passion is what you want to fulfill, okay? I think people confuse purpose with passion because they're really one and the same. Honestly, it's like as long as you're fulfilling your heart's desire, your soul's desire, and you're doing what you feel is for your greater good, maybe the greater good of the universe, and I'm talking about like people, the planet, all that stuff, then you're fulfilling all of that, okay? Your purpose is not to wake up, go work 9 to 5 or longer, come home exhausted, do the same thing, or like get ready for bed and then wake up and do the same thing the next day. It's like, it's not living for the weekend. It's not living for those 2 little weeks of vacation that you get. Do you understand? It's about you being in your power and knowing that your life is your own, okay? Whoops, hang on just a second. Well, if it will let me. Sorry, I had to unhide y'all's comments. I don't know why it does that, like randomly. Because there's no negative words in y'all's comments. I don't get it, but anywho. So, does that make sense? Okay, so on Thursday, this is about you working on yourself or you working on your craft. You working on, if you're wanting to be an entrepreneur, this is a great day to maybe launch something or work on it, like get it ready. Because if you're waiting for everything to be perfect, that's never going to happen. Okay, the time is always now. If you have everything ready to go, launch it, right? Look at the day. Let's see. Today is what's today? The 14th? 14, 15, 16, 17. So is that a 21 or 22 day? I'm trying to do the math in my head right quick. That's a 21 day, right? So it'll be a 3. There you go. 3 is all about creation and creativity, expression, right? And with this being the 8 of Pentacles, this is the entrepreneur card. This is working on the self card. This is putting in the effort card. Okay, so the first 2 days, the energy might feel a little bit wonky, but then Wednesday, it's like, boom, it's go time. It's get off your butt and do something. It's like you are feeling more powerful on Wednesday. There is something that you have the ability to overcome. Now, this can be personal or it can be, something that you deal with on that day, right? And the fairies here, like whatever you need help with, ask and we'll help you. So the first 2 days we have these cards in reverse, but it's telling you, you know what? If I ask for this help, if I ask for direction, if I ask for peace, if I ask for my power to come back, all these different things, I will get that help. But you have to be open to receive it. Does that make sense? You can't ask for something and then doubt that it's going to happen for you. Doesn't work. Look, we have the Empress under the deck. She's ruled by Venus. We just had Venus go direct, okay? So the Empress is like, do what you're passionate about. See yourself as this abundant creature. See, like, give birth to whatever it is that you're trying to experience in your life, okay? That's the whole, when we're looking at the bottom of the deck, that's kind of like the whole underlying current that's happening this week. That's the underlying focus of this week, is being that Empress energy, being that abundant, powerful, magical, creative energy. Does that make sense? Wednesday is the best day to launch your program. It's a very powerful day, Wednesday. So Wednesday and Thursday are very good days for power, for abundance, because we have two eight cards showing up, right? And like I said, we have we're going into Taurus season soon over the weekend. So yeah, it's all like, all this energy is building. So it's kind of like this green light. No planets retrograde. Whatever, do what's necessary for you. I'm getting tongue-tied. You're doing it? Oh, I'm so excited, Denise. I cannot wait. Cannot wait. Happy Monday, Tanya. Okay, let's get some Oracle. YouTube, y'all are quiet. Is it glitching? Been sleeping under the moon since Friday. Oh, nice. I like that. I bet that's awesome. All right, let's see. What else do we need to know? Look, we have walking away in reverse. Let's see what that wants to tell us, okay? I love these cards and I love their explanations. So it's number 27. Whoops. If you don't know, when you're doing tarot and oracle readings, okay? Tarot is an intricate language that you do need to memorize. You need to understand how it flows together and how it builds a story, okay? Oracle, the message is the message, right? So you don't necessarily need to memorize your oracle. You can read from the book because it gives you great stories, great explanations, and a lot of ways that it can resonate with you, and it confirms the tarot reading, okay? Oops, hang on, let me fix this for you. Maybe. Oh, that's weird. It says no filtered comments, but there is one. Sorry, Amy, it hid your comment. It's not letting me. YouTube is glitching. Sorry, YouTube. I can't see your comments. Okay, so we have walking away in reverse. It says this card reversed signals that you may be feeling very stuck in some present situation or location, just like we were talking about with the Knight of Wands and the Queen of Wands in reverse, okay? It is that energy of feeling stuck. It's that scattered energy, okay? There may be a job or a relationship that no longer resonates with you, yet out of habit or perhaps fear, you allow yourself to stay when it might be healthier to consider walking away. Habit and familiarity are compelling forces, often causing people to ignore their intuition and even dishonor their genuine feelings. This is a time of honest investigation. Consider all the factors in the present situation. Perhaps the timing isn't quite right, and there may be some purpose in staying a little while longer. Don't deceive yourself about your motivations, however. Fear-based decisions don't often work out in your highest interest. You may also be stuck in a long-term personal habit or unhealthy pattern. Be aware that you always have the option and the responsibility to let go of any thought or behavior that no longer honors you. Whenever you walk away from negativity, you always move towards greater happiness. So true. okay? And when we look at the day as far as like the Knight of Wands in reverse, I always tell everybody he is not my favorite at all in the deck, direct or reverse. Direct, he can be more motivational and inspiring. However, when he's in reverse, he is like F-boy energy. He's here for a good time, not a long time, can't trust his motivations, all of that, okay? So be aware of anybody that you come across today and see what could their motivations be. You know, how are they maybe trying to manipulate a situation to get what it is that they want? And then we have the same thing here on Tuesday with the Queen of Wands in reverse. What is their motivation? What are they trying to do? How are they trying to manipulate the situation? How are they trying to control a situation that they feel like they're out of control of? And if that's you, then you got to check yourself. Okay? It's what you need to hear too? Okay. Okay. See, it's resonating, right? Came over here because comments weren't showing. Yeah, it's not showing for me either, Jamie. I don't get it. YouTube, get it together. I don't understand. Okay, now they show up. I guess I needed to just touch the screen. Okay, good. Well, there you are, YouTube. Welcome back. I know y'all have been here the whole time, but for me. Leo energy with the Queen of Wands and strength. Mars moving into Leo on Friday. Oh, nice. Lots of fiery energy this week. Yeah, for sure. Else do we need to know this week? And with it being number 27, the walking away card in reverse, it can indicate that, yeah, it's a difficult decision to make. You know, you have to decide. And 7 is like, you already know the decision, but you just got to rip that Band-Aid off, right? Because when we bring them together, it's 9. 9, things coming to an end, things coming to fruition. It's finally, like you finally hit that point to where you've got to make that decision. But when it's in reverse, it's like there's this hesitancy, there's this resistance to making that decision. And it only causes you more discomfort, struggle, whatever the situation may be. Okay, so it's not worth it. Ooh, we have Golden Palace, but it's in reverse as well. And it's number 23. All right. So let's see. Golden Palace, I like that one when it's direct, but when it's in reverse, let go of your tight hold on what you believe security should look like. Now is the time to conserve your energy and count your blessings. Resist the pull to become miserly. So what that means is like, don't be a tightwad, you know? Be the one who's in the flow of the energy, no matter if it's money, energy, health, love, whatever it may be, okay? There will be enough money, love, youth, food, and shelter to go around. A mindset of fear and lack will shut off the flow of true abundance. Trust in the tides because the flow always returns from the ebb. Chop wood, carry water, as the Chinese proverb says. Practice faith, and the treasure will be revealed. In fact, you'll find it in plain sight. See? Whenever you desire something, whenever you need something, whatever it may be, it's always there, right? You just have to remind yourself that, yeah, I do deserve that. I am part of this divinity. I'm not an exception to this rule. You know, good things can and do and will happen for me. Okay, so what this is saying is like, if you need help with something, ask. and then be in that flow. Stop making decisions based on lack and based on fear. Okay, and that's what these 2 days can symbolize, is being in that fear energy. And then finally Wednesday, you're like, you know what am I so afraid of? Why don't I just do it? I have the power here. I have the opportunity to bring something to a close, to stop the fear, to pull my power back. Whatever this is going to be, it's going to be different for everybody. Does that make sense? It's kind of like oh gosh, I don't know. It's like being afraid of something and then finally realizing, what was I so afraid of? It was nothing. It was fine. Kind of like okay, kind of like when I was a kid, uh, we would go to Six Flags, and I was always afraid of the roller coaster that does the loops. It's called the Shockwave. And my sister made me ride it. She's like, "You're riding it," and I was like, "The heck I am!" And she's like, "No, you're riding it." I don't know how old I was. It was just us out there. That's back when you could drop your kids off at Six Flags and it was no big deal. It was safe. um, we would go out there all the time in the summer. So anyway, she made me ride it, and I was scared. Oh my gosh, I was so scared. And by the time we were done, I was like, that was nothing. What was I so afraid of? It was a fun roller coaster. So it's kind of like, stop being so afraid of everything. You're going to have these energies today and tomorrow to where you're dealing with the ego. You're dealing with maybe some fear. And when we're afraid of something, it's because we feel like we can't control it. We're out of control. And Wednesday, it's like you snap out of it and you get this power, you get this strength, you get this urge to be like, what have I been so afraid of? Let me do this thing. Okay? It's kind of like starting your own business. So many people are so afraid to start their own business whenever they've wanted to for so long, or they've wanted to do something, they wanted to initiate something, but they don't. They let so much time pass by because they're so afraid. You have to just get out there. You're going to make mistakes. We all make mistakes. That's how you learn. And then you grow. But you will never learn and grow if you stay on the sidelines. Okay? This could be anything, not just business, but anything in life. Okay? Same thing happened to you with skydiving. Oh, wow. See, that's one thing I will never do. Not only because medically it could me because of my neck issue, but also I'm like, yeah, I don't think that's what I want to do. I don't think I want to jump out of a plane. The ground is just fine for me. Yes, nothing changes if nothing changes. Yep. I like that. If we didn't make mistakes, we would be stuck in the same spot we were with pooping ourselves. Oh, look at that. Love. Says, I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things, right? Instead of seeing something negative, instead of just complaining about everything or predicting that something's going to be negative, right? Because again, like I said, you could be having like just a day, either like today or tomorrow, okay? Because the energy is kind of scattered, it's kind of wonky. And it puts you in this negative mood of just pessimism. It's not going to work out, or they're not going to do this and this and that. Da, 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 da. What if you stop yourself and you switch that and you say, you know what? What if something amazing happens? It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be so great. Okay? You lead with love. When you lead with love and you practice, you commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. All right? Not just only the good things in life. You can see, you know what? Well, that situation kind of sucked. However, I did learn this about myself and life. That's seeing the good out of a situation. Okay? You love the cards for this week? Me too. I was drawn to get my angel, Healing with the Angel cards. This was the first deck that I was ever given a long time ago. It's an oracle deck, Healing with the Angel cards. It is Doreen Virtue. After that, she kind of lost her mind, but it is a great deck. So let's see. What else do we need to know this week? Oh, no, it didn't split right. I got to keep going. Look at that. Ooh, new love. So we got 2 love cards showing up, and Venus just went direct. And we just had the full moon in Libra. Libra governs relationships. So if you're looking for new love, it is supportive energy here. And the first 2 days, you might not be feeling that great. You might be like, yeah, that's not going to happen. Or you meet some F boy or F girl and you're like, yeah, screw the dating world. But then Wednesday, you're like, you know what? Let me get it together. Let me knock this off. Stop being pessimistic, because you can't find new love when you're shitting all over the one that you're trying to call in. Does that make sense? For example, men and women. You cannot talk negatively about the opposite sex, whatever you're attracted to, and expect to find a healthy, balanced, loving relationship, because you are claiming this negativity over them. So what are you going to experience? You're going to experience what you claimed, what you created. Okay? I was talking to friends this weekend, and I was like, you know, it never made sense to me when from a young age, like, why would people get married just to complain about their partner? Like, why are you even with them if all you want to do is complain about them? Isn't that dumb? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. So if you're wanting to have a happy, healthy relationship, something that is different than what everybody else has, right? One that you don't want to complain about, then you have to speak positivity over it. You have to speak love over it. Okay? If you're not looking for new love, this could be new passion within your life. Maybe loving yourself, maybe loving what you're doing, and that is creating the ripple effect. Okay? It's very interesting. What else? Let's do this one. Watch us get all these cards about love now. Oh, shit. Almost dropped this. I have to be careful with what I say, because YouTube governs that. All right, let's see. What else do we need to know? Let me make sure I cleansed it. It's definitely fitting how your week is. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Open doors. We haven't pulled this one yet. I mean, that's a thick deck. It says, you have many options, so take your time to choose what's right. That's the thing, okay? Just because an opportunity presents itself to you does not mean that you have to take it. What it's telling you is, decide, does this align with me? If it doesn't, don't try to make yourself fit into that. Let it go, okay? Give gratitude that the opportunity presented itself, but then gracefully let it go, okay? Same thing with relationships, jobs, whatever, homes, all that stuff, okay? If it doesn't feel right to you, if it doesn't align to you, then let it go. Because most of us, let's do relationships for an example, because we have the 2 love cards here, okay? Most of us have the ability to be a chameleon. Do you understand what that means in relationships? We have the ability to be like, you know what? They're not exactly what I had dreamed of or what I was like really wanting out of a relationship, but you know, it's good enough. Yeah, I could be with this person. They're nice. They're this and this and that. And while they might be lovely, they might be nice, they might be, but it's not creating that spark. It's not that thing. Do you understand? So it's like you have to ask yourself, is this just a lovely person that I met that, yeah, I could get along with, but I don't feel that passion, or are they that person that I feel that passion towards and that spark, and it's a healthy spark. Okay, let's not focus on the toxic spark. That's what we find a lot of the times. Okay, and so it's telling you to decide, is this the right relationship for me? Is this the right connection for me? If not, I'm going to let it go, because I'm going to free myself to find the right connection, and I'm going to free them to find their right connection. Okay, so it could be the same thing with jobs, homes, cars, anything, friends, all of that. Let's look at the next one. Making plans. Chart your course with intention. The future is yours to design and navigate. Okay, that's why we always talk about intention, living in intention, moving with intention. Okay, because if you're not, then you're more likely to settle for the things that are most likely a match to the things that you were dealing with before. And you're like, wait, I just wasted a lot of time because this isn't even what I wanted. Does that make sense? The red door, the girl's red dress. Yeah, a lot of personal power here. Power, passion, confidence, all that Venus energy. Makes a lot of sense to you? Good. Hey, Tracy. Look at my past, and I had a really bad relationship in my 20s. I learned so much. I don't regret that relationship. Oh, yeah, same thing, Marlo. Same thing here. What is a reunite card? There's no like one singular reunite card. It could be, it depends on what other cards are in the spread, but one that could be seen as that would be like the Four of Wands, the Two of Cups, not really reuniting cards, but it's like a soulmate type of energy. You're on the same wavelength as another person. Yeah, that kind of thing. That deck in your hands is pretty as at the beach. No, it's just, I think it's more like of a sky type of energy. It's kind of hard to see with the lighting. I accidentally shuffled them like I do my tarot deck, so I accidentally put some in reverse, which they're not supposed, this deck is not supposed to be read in reverse, so. Oh well. All right, what else do we need to know this week? Yeah, oh, we got it again. We got this card again. We just pulled it over the weekend, wasn't it? Abundance. And think about the hot air balloons. Okay, what do? They rise above situations. They can see it from a higher perspective. They're going higher. They're having an amazing experience that a lot of other people don't get to have. Got it? And this is number one. This is you stepping into your abundant area. Remember how I said last weekend, be that energy. Don't wait for it to find you. Be that energy. Okay? I just broke up after a long-term relationship and got the soulmate card. Interesting. Well, when we have the soulmate card, it depends on if you're reading direct and reverse. Okay, so if you get the Two of Cups, then that doesn't mean that, again, we have to see what the other cards are, but it could mean that, yeah, that person is a soulmate. They are meant to come into your life to teach you something. We have many soulmates on many different energetic planes, okay? So we'll meet the soulmate at whatever level we are, whatever frequency we are. We learn that lesson. They kind of like push us, to catapult us into that lesson. And then it's up to us to evolve through that. Now, if you don't evolve through that, then yeah, you will reunite because they need to push you more. And then, it becomes a thing of like, are you going to evolve or are you going to stay here? So yeah, it's fascinating how relationships really catapult us. That's where we learn the most about ourselves and about life, is through relationships. This is why humans, we suffer whenever we are cut off from one another, because we need that interaction. We need other humans. So yeah, this is why social media is cool, but it's also damaging because it cuts us off from the actual human interaction. So yeah. But anywho, yeah, we got abundance again this week. And like I said, with all the planets being direct, and we just had the full moon in Libra. Libra is ruled by Venus, and we're about to go into Taurus season. Taurus is ruled by Venus. It's all about abundance. It's about increasing your resources, right? So you have all this energy. And, the abundance card, after we just pulled the 2 love cards and open doors like many opportunities, it's like, hey, what do you want in life as far as like love? Are you wanting to bring in just any old person, or are you wanting to bring in that divine soulmate that's like that one, the higher vibrational soulmate? In order to bring in the higher vibrational soulmate, you have to be at a high vibration too. Okay? You can't expect them to do the work for you, right? Because if you are down here and you meet somebody who's high vibration, you're going to self-sabotage. Okay? If you're up here and they're down here, they're going to try to bring you down, right? So you have to be at an equal vibration to be able to recognize and appreciate one another, and then you could both build even higher. Okay? So yeah. It's all up to you. And with the abundance card, it is telling you that there's so many different levels out there, so many different soulmates and people that you can meet. And it's like, what level are you at? A lot of people ask me, how do I know where I'm at vibrationally? Well, look around, look at the people that you're allowing into your life. So yeah. Let's do this one. All right, let's see. I want to bring in the clients that are in need of my offerings. Well, yeah, you meditate on it and you envision meeting those people. You're energetically calling them in. All right, let's see. What else do we need to know? This is a message from your higher self. What else do you need to know? Success and happiness are coming. See? And it's funny because this is the the photo on the back of the card and on the box, right? So that's a very strong card. Success and happiness are coming. Enjoy and celebrate life. It's number 36. Okay? So 3 is about creation. It's about expression. It's about creativity and desire. 6 is about it's balance, it's responsibility, it is connected to family as well. So it's like, you got to figure out, what traits did you pick up from your family, positive or negative, shine light on them, release the negative, right? And retrain your brain to understand the actual rules of the universe, and how you use them. And then it comes down to 9. 9 is things coming to fruition. So this is a lovely week for forward movement, for creating that success and happiness that you want. But you have to not look outward for your happiness. You have to know that you create your own happiness. You find it yourself, and then you kind of like spread it like wildfire. Does that make sense? If you expect somebody else to like fulfill you and to, like, I need them to make me happy, then if they leave or something happens, how are you going to be happy ever again? Because you are relying on that other person to try to make you happy. Got it? We don't want anybody else to make us happy. If you're letting somebody else influence how you feel about yourself, then you're not fulfilling your self-love and your self-worth. Okay? It is a beautiful image. Let's see. What else do we want? Let's do the Moonology. You're welcome. What else do we need to know this week? The answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. Well, doesn't that go with a fairy blessing of a fairy determined to help you? Okay? So that's what I was saying earlier. If you need help with something, all you have to do is ask. And you get the answer, but you have to ask and you have to be receptive to that answer. You know? You have to be the one that is actually being quiet and listening. Got it? So the answers you need are coming. Gemini is that flowy energy. Gemini is communication. Yeah, there's lots of people that come on and say random stuff. So yeah. It's not, what they're trying to do is they're trying to get a response from me or a reaction from me, and I just ignore it just because it's dumb. It's immaturity. So yeah, it happens all the time on YouTube. All right, let's see, what else do we need to know? Can you feel if someone will come back to someone? Listen, here's the thing. Obsessing over somebody coming back is not serving you, okay? If they're meant to come back, they will come back. But the reason why they left was it was not working. It was not healthy. It was on a solid foundation, okay? So what you're meant to do is focus on your own growth, your own self-love, your own self-worth. Because if you're obsessing over somebody coming back or if you're obsessing over somebody coming back, that means that you are expecting them to fulfill something within you. It's fulfilling that ego of, oh, you were wrong and you decided that you do need me, when in actuality, you need them to fulfill that ego, okay? So what is going to be best for you is to focus on your self-love and your self-worth and focus on your own journey, and then you don't even worry about if that person's coming back or not, because as you evolve, you'll realize, I don't even want that person back. They were toxic. So that's okay, Elizabeth. Oops, look at that. We got the little ladybug. What else do we need to know this week? We got the peacock vibrancy, okay? It says you were born to shine and inspire. Practice humility to avoid jealousy, right? Jealousy is like, I don't want them to have that. I want that. You know, we don't want that. We don't want to be jealous. We don't want to be envious, because there is so much, just like the Golden Palace in reverse was telling us. It's like if you're feeling jealous or envious of somebody, that means that you are living in lack, because you're thinking that there's not enough for you or that you don't deserve it, right? And the universe is like, that's not true. There is so much abundance in this world. You've just been programmed to think that there's not, okay? Nothing to be jealous of when it comes to anybody. Like, for example, if you have friends, why would you ever be jealous of your friends or even just another person, right? Because you have the ability to accomplish things. You have the ability to find healthy, happy relationships. Like, why would you ever be jealous of somebody else? Because that's putting you down. So why don't you lift yourself up and say, you know what? That is so great for them. I am so happy for them. I desire to accomplish this. And so I'm going to go do this because that's inspiring. See what I'm saying? Never any reason to be jealous of somebody. Everybody has their own path, their own journey. Um, if you're worried that you're never going to find love, or if you're upset because other people find love and you can't, then that's not their problem. That's your problem, right? You have to love yourself in order for other people to be able to love you, right? Or to be even like able to notice you. Okay. All right. Be grateful for life and more good things will come. There you go. Be true to yourself and recognize your brilliance. Well, that's what I was just talking about. Okay. If you don't recognize your brilliance, how's anybody else going to? Because if you don't see it, that means you're hiding it. Then nobody else is going to be able to see it. Right? So stop getting in your own way. Let's look at the money deck and see what else we need to know. What is our money message for this week? What is our money message for this week? Okay, we have mechanic. Now, does that mean that you're going to be a mechanic? No. If you want to be, go for it. But here's 3 ways to resonate. Mend what needs mending. It might be broken, but all is not lost. Okay, this is when it comes to your finances. So if you're having issues financially, this is telling you it is time to work on that. Okay, Thursday is a very supportive day for that. Number 2, consider a career as a mechanic in automotive, aerospace, or repair technician. I was just talking to my son and his friend this weekend, how we were, it was me and some friends that were talking to them about like, there's going to be a big need for tradesmen coming up. It's like, if you know how to do things, you're going to be in high demand. Now, does it have to be a trade? No, it could be anything. Like, for example, I have education in tarot, metaphysics, numerology, Reiki, life and relationship coaching, like all of this stuff, right, that I've got underneath my belt, plus all of the jobs that I've worked when I was younger. So I have all of this knowledge and experience, which makes me a good person to work with people, right? Because I've got all of this under my belt. So this is telling you to learn whatever it is that you need, have the experience that you need, and you will be in high demand when it comes to finances, your career, okay? Number 3, you have the ability to easily fix your finances, but a sacrifice may be needed. Well, what is that sacrifice? Overspending, trying to fulfill the ego by just like buying things that just give you like that dopamine hit, and then you're over it, right? So you have to buy something else. So there you go. So talk about working on your finances. Like putting yourself in a good spot to where you can be in high demand, because people aren't paying for your time. They're paying for your wisdom and your experience, your knowledge, all of that. Okay. All right. What else do we need to know this week? There we go. Toil and labor. What do you need to work on? We have the Eight of Pentacles showing up here, okay? With the planets being direct, you're going to have much more clarity. You're going to have much more supportive energy for moving forward, okay? I know there's other alignments happening as well, but it's helping you to, like, since we've had all of this time where we're just like dragging ass and, you know, hang on, I got to verify myself. This is telling you now that it's time to get to work. It's time to start building whatever it is that you want to build in life. Do your projects, work on your health, fix whatever needs to be fixed in your home or your car. You know, do all those things. They're going to get you to where you want to be in life. My friend also, she was talking about, and there's 38. So 3 is expression and creation. 8 is financial abundance. Right? 8 is that karmic energy. We have 2 8 cards showing up here, Wednesday and Thursday. So there you go. But she was talking about, she helps out her family members, and she's like, you know, being poor is expensive. And it really is. Think about it. Think about that statement. I told her, I said, that's such a great statement, a great quote. Being poor is expensive. Let me know if that sinks in. Do you know how it's expensive? Energy, yeah. But think about it, being poor, you don't always have the money to be able to take care of something properly, right? And so it snowballs, and then everything gets more and more expensive. So it's telling you that you don't have to be poor, because being poor is expensive, right? Why settle for being poor? Why not allow yourself to be abundant? Why not allow yourself to receive all of the energetic exchange that you are owed? Does that make sense? It totally is. You end up having to make or do or fix things last. Yes, exactly, Amanda. Exactly. All right, let's see what else we need to know. And I've been there. Man, it is very expensive to be poor. Because you have to buy the lower grade of things, right? And they break. And you can't afford to fix it fully. And so it's just like one thing after the other. It's never ending. So why not let yourself be in a place where you're comfortable, to where you can afford the things that you need, want, and desire? You can have that sense of security and relief. Think about it, okay? Look, we have hammer. It says hard work, working things out, building something, trying to fix things. We were just talking about that. You know, the hammer can create or destroy. So it's all on you. And think about here, we have the hammer here, right? What are you creating? What are you doing over and over and over again? What are you perfecting in your life? What are you perfecting? Is it positive or negative? Okay. Let's do one more. Let's see, it's 11:04. Yeah, let's do one more, and then we will do the Rebel deck. All right, what else do we need to know? Yeah, you do spend a lot of energy on worries. You're welcome, Heather. The Knight of Wands reverse, is that akin to being ill? I mean, it can. It could be low energy, stuck energy. It's just like whenever we get sick, it's because we are on the energy vibration of that illness, right? And our body is like, you have to slow down. You have to take a break. You have to rest. So it could be. Typically, it would be more so the, like maybe like the Knight of Pentacles or something like that, because it's the physical body. But when we're looking at energy, as far as the Knight of Wands, could be. All right, let's see what else we need to know. Soul journey, number 1. It's kind of hard to see there. There we go. Soul journey, number 1. So this is about you and your journey. Like I said, number 1. 1 is you. 1 is creation. You are creating your journey. Okay? You are deciding where you go from here. You have so much supportive energy happening this week. Astrologically, energetically, all of that. Okay? So it's telling you, what do you want? Wake up. Use this supportive energy. Call your power back. Ground your energy. And make decisions with intention. If you need help, you ask for help, right? And help will always be given to you. But you have to be open to receiving it. Okay? This is part of your soul journey. Whatever you experience this week, we got love, new love. We have opportunities happening. We have abundance. We have so much. We have answers are coming. Great energy this week. Use it. Expect amazing things to happen for you. Okay? Don't be the one that's the pessimist and creating that negativity. Okay? And look, that's the first card that's on the deck, right? The money one. Tyler, don't come onto my live and tell me to do your future position, your predictions. I'm not a dancing chicken. Like, if you need a session, you can go book a session through the description, okay? Otherwise, sit back and relax and listen, and you might learn something. You're always a pessimist? Well, knock it off. All right, this is the Rebel deck. It is very direct. It might hurt your feelings, so if you're sensitive, scroll away. But we love this deck. Thank you for all the gifts and everything, you guys. I appreciate it. Let's see what else we need to know. What is our message for this week? What is our message for this week? There it is again. Okay? It says, make it rain, right? This is telling you to allow yourself to be in that abundant flow, okay? It's all about you knowing what you deserve and understanding that whenever you're dealing with work, business, whatever it may be, just paying bills and doing all that other stuff, whatever, it's like I said, paying your bills, whenever you pay bills with gratitude, right? You're in that flow because you're not living through lack mentality. You're not being that pessimist. You understand what I'm saying? Like, pessimists don't get paid. Their life sucks, right? So there's so many abundant opportunities helping you to get to where you want to be in this life. But if you're that pessimist, as we've been seeing in the cards, then you're just going to have a shitty life and you're going to spew that shit all over everybody else. And it's, nobody else to blame but you. Right? So this is telling you that opportunity is everywhere. You can make money everywhere. You can find money everywhere. You can be receptive to being abundant. Got it? So I hope this helps you. If you need anything else, TikTok, everything is linked in my bio. YouTube, everything is linked in the description, okay? I am, like I said, wrong one. I am creating something to make my tarot apprenticeship more accessible for everybody. So be on the lookout for that. Wait for my announcement. It's going to be freaking awesome. But yeah, I hope you have a wonderful week. Remember, you have the power. You make the decisions. You have self-reflection. You have self-awareness. It's nobody else's power but yours. Okay, so if you missed the beginning of the reading, don't worry. It's all going to be on YouTube when it uploads. If you need anything, everything's linked in my bio or everything's linked in the description on YouTube. Okay, have a wonderful week. I will see you right back here Friday morning, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. We're going to look at the weekend ahead, and we're going to be moving into Taurus season soon. So interesting. Okay, have a wonderful week. Mwah. Love y'all.